Hey, what's up, guys? Back at it again with another vlog. It is 12:28 in the morning right now, and I'm doing pretty good. Today was a really good day. Um, so today I made a challenge for myself to not watch any YouTube or play any games. And guess what? I did it. I did it. I successfully completed that challenge. I'm not gonna count the 20 minutes of Daily Dose of Internet I watched with my mom in the kitchen because I was too busy cooking stuff, and I didn't even realize I was like watching YouTube until after. So I don't count that because it wasn't on my laptop. It was on the TV, and like I wasn't watching it active. Like it was just like in the background. Like, so it's not really, I couldn't really control that. Um and I wouldn't count it anyways. So challenge complete. Yay. So today I also set out to do just like my daily stuff. So like I played Ring Fit today. I did push-ups in the morning. And because I had no YouTube or games to play, I read and wrote like crazy today. So I finished reading The Eyes Are the Best Part. I read it for like 1.5 hours, maybe 2 hours. I don't know. I was like near the end of the book anyway, so like it didn't take me too long to finish it. So I just like finished up like the last 20 or so chapters, but each chapter is like really short. So there's like 70 chapters in total, and I finished them in like an hour or so. And it was a pretty good book. I liked it. Um, I'd say it was surprisingly anticlimactic because it was really leading up to like the big moment, and then it turned out to be like very like surprisingly nonchalant. You know what I mean? Like I thought it would be like this big, like crazy event that would define the story, but it was like in one chapter, chapter 70, like one and a half, like not it was just like it was so short. Like this big climactic event that I thought would take up a lot of the book ended up being like barely a page long. And I'm like, whoa, chapter 70, which had like the big moment that's been talked about for so long throughout basically the entire book, is in one small little chapter that's like 1.5 pages. What? And I'm reading this on Kindle on my laptop, so like the page sizes might not be like accurate to like the physical copy of the book, but it was super short. It was super, super short for what I thought would be a big climactic moment. Obviously, like it wasn't nearly as satisfying as I thought it would be. It was just kind of like, it was just like boom, boom, bam, done. And I'm just like, wow, that was quick. Um, Also, not as gruesome as I thought it would be, that moment in particular. Don't get me wrong, there's still very much gross parts of the book, but I thought the big climactic event would be the grossest one of them all, and surprisingly, it was the most tame, which is really interesting. Um, it did have a satisfying ending, I will give it that. It's not like unsatisfying or a bad ending by any means. I like the ending. Um, I just expected it to get a bit like more climactic at chapter 70. Like what happened is still crazy. Like the events of the story are still absolutely bonkers. Don't get me wrong. Like the story is crazy. um it just I was most excited for what was going to happen um to like George in chapter 70. And it ended up being kind of anticlimactic. And they don't describe like what happened. Okay, spoilers. Um, for like the next like 30 seconds. They didn't really describe George's injuries in the hospital as much as I thought they would. Like, we know he got smashed in the head with a rock, but when the protagonist, Jiwon, goes in to check, she doesn't even like mention anything, just that he's like laying there, unconscious basically. And then she just plunk eats his eyeballs. And I'm just like, what? That was so quick. And it was like crazy. Um, so yeah, that was really just like super surprising, I guess, how anticlimactic it was. It was still very interesting overall as a book, and I did thoroughly enjoy it. So I will give it that. It was just like the whole book was talking about this one moment, and I guess she does savor it to some extent. Um, it just the way they went about it, I guess, was a little anticlimactic, in my opinion. So yeah, and then I also wrote like crazy today. I wrote 1.7 thousand words today for my, like, I just started, I don't even know how this happened. I literally just came up with a brand new story out of thin air. Like, I just started writing. Like, I had this idea that I have never had before until today. Like, it started off as just like this one, like, I'm trying to think of like, how did I come up with this idea? I don't know. Like, I just started writing something, and it ended up going and going and going, and I kept getting more and more to write about until I got to like 1.7 thousand words. And then at that point, I was like, okay, I have to stop because it's getting late. Like, I could have written more, but I was like, okay, my goal was to write 1,000 words, and I blew that out of the park. I wrote 1.7 thousand words. I'm super proud of myself. Um, because of that. And I thought it would just be like a little journal entry, but no, I made a whole separate document for it. So I'm excited to see where that goes, if it goes anywhere. I like, I still, like, I have more ideas in my head right now at this moment that I'm like, okay, now I'm going to expand upon this and this and this. And it just keeps going. And then I thought, like, the average book is like, what, 50,000 words long? If I write this much every day, I could finish this book in like a month. Well, maybe not a month, but like 2 months if I write this much every day. Obviously, I'm not realistically probably not going to be writing 1.7 thousand words every day, um, because it did take like a lot of time. Um, but still, like, I can do this. Like, I could actually write a book. Like, it might not be as hard as I think it is if I can write this much in one day. So, like, imagine how much time it would take if I had a year, right? I could do it. I could very easily do it. Like, I could pump out that book, no problemo, if I had all the time in the world. Obviously, I don't. Today's a weekend, so obviously I had more time than usual. And obviously, I didn't watch any YouTuber gaming. But here's just a little thought. What if I went back to that old routine where I didn't watch YouTube or play games at all? You know? Because those were the good days, Like, back when I really set myself to not watch YouTube or gaming, like, I was able to stick with it for a couple days, and it was fantastic for me. It was super productive and super good for me. And it's a shame that I went back to my roots with the getting addicted to gaming and YouTube and stuff, because those couple of days were awesome. They were amazing, and I really want to get back to that routine. So maybe I should continue with this challenge tomorrow of no YouTube and no gaming. And then we'll see where it goes. I also find that without YouTube or gaming, I go to bed earlier, like, because I have nothing to do. So I'm just like, okay, I'm going to go to bed now. And it's like, perfect. It's perfect. I should do this more often. So, yeah, that's what I'm going to do. Tomorrow, I have a pretty short day at work. It's like 4 hours, I think. Really short. So, who knows? I do have to study for exams, though. So, I'll probably do that first. And then I'm pretty sure I have like half a month or so until the next semester starts, like the summer break, like the summer semester starts, the summer term. That's the right word. So who knows? Maybe during those couple of days I could really start working on that book. And also, this ring fit stuff is amazing. I love my ring fit. It's so fun, and I'm really enjoying it. I even picked up the difficulty a bit today. I increased the difficulty of my workout today just by one. It's on a scale from 1 to 30, and I think right now I'm on 23. I was on 22, but today I increased it to 23. On the first day, I was on 27, and let me just say that was not a good idea. That was horrible. So, who knows? Maybe I can increase it by one again tomorrow, because today I finished my workout with pretty easily. Like, I wasn't like crazy exhausted after my workout today, so maybe I should pick up the difficulty once more again for tomorrow. So, yeah, I'm feeling really good. I did all my goals today, and it was awesome. I even did just a teensy bit of studying. Not a lot, very little for just my physiology course. I just did some practice quizzes, but I still definitely need to review everything. So that's probably going to be my priority for the next week, because my physiology exam is on the 11th. Well, it's a time period, so it opens on April 11th at 8 a.m. and closes the next day at 11:30. So I have this week to study for that, and then I have my English exam on the 14th, on the Monday. So I'll probably have to cancel my shift on that day because it's at 2:30 p.m. on that day. So yeah, I've got some studying to do, but I have this whole week, so I should be fine. I will prioritize my exams over my writing because those are the most prevalent at the moment. And then once I do that, then I can reward myself with writing. So yeah, I'm really excited. I have a really good plan. So that's really good. So yeah, that's about it for today's vlog. I'll talk to y'all tomorrow. See ya.